Hello. We have a new moon coming tomorrow, Friday, February 28th. And here on the west coast of California, it's just barely on Friday. The new moon is at 11:59 p.m. on February 28th. Today, as I tape this, it's Shivaratri, which is also the new moon plays a part in the timing of that. It's the big festival towards Shiva, the destroyer, or as one person put it, the great recycler of the Hindu pantheon. So, appropriately for Shivaratri, we have a very intense new moon and a very intense period of time ahead of us. It's not necessarily bad. In fact, for some, it will be just incredibly positive. We have the sun and the moon in Pisces, the new moon's in Pisces, around 10 degrees Pisces, but also Neptune, the sign that rules Pisces, is in Pisces, and Chiron, which is a planetoid, which represents the wounded healer, is also right there. So, what does this mean? It means it's a very emotional time. And that for certain signs, if you are, for example, Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini, or Pisces, it can be a particularly difficult time for you. It can be a time when you feel a lot of stuff coming up, when you feel completely confused about who you are, and that may be prone to anxieties and fears, visions that you don't know if you can trust or not, which in itself can be anxiety provoking. It can be very spiritual, but also very confusing. And it can be a time when you feel like your weak spot is triggered. And that can also, the idea is that this gives you the opportunity to take your wound and then become a healer. That this is an opportunity to heal yourself, and therefore to by going through your wounded area, you get closer to the truth, or deeper to the truth, or that's the whole Pluto and Shiva. That's the whole message. So it's tough, but for you, it's exactly what it should be, and it couldn't be better. Well, it'll be hard. If you are one of the other water signs, if you are a Cancer in particular, Jupiter's in Cancer, this will be great for you. Good news all the way around. And if you're a Scorpio, it's also pretty good. Actually, if you're a Scorpio, you you've been going through a bit of a tough time with Saturn in Scorpio, and this can actually be like a real turning point for you, where you actually really get it, where it comes together, where you feel like, all right, I have been struggling and the world has been kicking my butt, but now I am ready to kick some butt back. Also, if you happen to be of the age around 28 or 29 and you're going through your Saturn return, or in your 56 to 58, you're going through your second Saturn return, or 28, 29 years after that, if you're lucky enough to be going through your third Saturn return. Actually, the Saturn return itself is pretty difficult. That Saturn right now is around 23 degrees Scorpio, so I can't remember what year that would be right now, but if you're 28 or 29, you're probably going through it. But the positive aspects right now are guaranteed to help you work out whatever issues there are coming up for you with your Saturn return. So this can actually be like one of those breakthrough periods of time for almost everyone, I would say, unless you happen to be a Gemini, a Virgo, a Sagittarius, or a Pisces. And for you, it's just like, what the hell hit me? In a kind of like sucker punch way, where it hits you, but you're not really quite sure. Like, did it hit you or didn't it? Um, Nonetheless, everybody gets their turn at bat, as it were, and the Piscean energy does give a remarkable creative and intuitive and spiritual and very psychic energy to everyone. And the other aspects going on right now are, there's some other enough challenging aspects to help everybody take advantage of this period of time. It's not the best time for love. That's the only thing I would say about most of the other aspects. Venus is not that happily aspected right now, but that could be different for you depending upon your chart. I hope you have a wonderful new moon and that you enjoy the benefits of the time ahead, of all this spiritual and creative and intuitive and psychic Piscean energy. And don't take too many drugs. That's the only other danger with Piscean energy. Be careful with that. And I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks with the full moon. Bye.